anyway, so I'm down there. I was down at the east. So this last 9 days, and I was down at the east side, and I was partying with my dad, which all of you guys think is so crazy. Oh, it's so crazy. Your dad. My dad's my best friend, dude. So we always party together. Anyway, we shouldn't though because it's not good. So we can't even hang out with each other right now because it gets to be too much because we both disappear from the house and we're just partying. So anyway, all right. So I've been wanting to tell this story. It's hilarious, I think. So I'm sitting there in the motel room, and my dad's on one bed, I'm on the other, and we're just chilling. We're all fucking. We've been loaded, getting high for days. And this black guy comes by because everybody down there that sells drugs is a black guy. So he comes over, and my dad buys some shit from him, whatever. So then my dad goes, I don't know how this came up. I don't know how this whole thing came up. Hold on a second. All right, here. Let me see. I don't know who's backstage. Hold on a second. Okay.
Me. What?
All right, let me tell the story. Your audio went out or some shit.
No, I'm not.
Okay. I asked you what's going on, and you didn't. You were silent for too long.
No,
I couldn't
haven't
deal with this.
been.
Well, it was a
okay?
radio silence on your part.
Are you alright? Are you alright?
No, I'm not all right. I'm
Are you
knocking on.
okay?
No, I'm falling off a cliff right now. I'm just got one finger.
Daddy, relax. It's okay.
Well, I'm trying to tell a story. Your audio was out. I can't deal with this radio silence.
Honey, relax. It's okay.
Well, I'm getting amped up for this story. Now, hold on.
I would love to hear it. Let's go.
Well, it's not just for you. It's for the other 12 people, too. Now, hold on a second.
Well, go ahead, honey.
All right. So, okay. God, let me get back to it. Jesus Christ. Because part of me doesn't want to tell this story, but I have to tell the story because I've already started. All right.
Okay.
So, I'm down on the east side. I've been there for a few days. I'm all fucked up. My dad's there. We're both fucked up. This dude comes over. His name is Pops. And he's this old black guy. And first of all, when we met the guy, he had a fucking Kleenex hanging out of his nose with blood spots all over. And yeah, and he's selling drugs. He's like some guy down there that, there's just people around that 7-Eleven on Las Vegas and Charleston, and they're just standing out there, and that's all they do is sell drugs. So anyway, my dad goes in. For some reason, he comes out with one of the 7-Eleven pizzas, and he's giving pieces to all the people out there. And then this dude that is supposed to hook us up or whatever with the shit, he was like, oh, I'm lactose intolerant. And we're like, oh, okay, whatever. And so we're standing there for whatever reason. I don't know why we didn't start walking. And then finally my dad says to him, what's with the Kleenex, bro? And he goes, oh, I just divorced my wife. And so it made no sense. Nothing made sense with this guy. He mumbled. His neck, he had some sort of neck problem, and the head was always facing down on his chest. We couldn't even understand it, like barely understand a word this guy said. Yeah. Now, hold on. So anyway, that's not even the story. That's just how we met the guy. So fast forward to a couple of days later, my dad calls him or something or sees him, and then he comes back with some probably drugs. I don't even know why he was there. He brought drugs. So, and then we're sitting there, and my dad, he said, you guys need a lady for the night? And I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm like, no. And then my dad goes, you got an Asian? And this fucking bum, he goes, yeah, I got an Asian on deck. This guy doesn't even have a pot to piss in. He's walking around with grocery bags. I'm like, dude, this dude's not going to come back with a fine Asian girl. And if he does, that's awkward. Where do I go? What do I go wait outside the hotel room for like 20 minutes? I'm not going to sit in there with this hookers there. It's too awkward, dude. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, me and my dad are close, but we're not that close. You know what I mean?
Right,
so anyway, So the guy leaves, and I tell my dad, dude, why now he's got to come back? I don't want to see this idiot again. And he's like, I don't know why I asked, but I was like, well, fuck, dude. So a half hour goes by. There's a knock on the door. The guy comes in, and right behind him is this big old fat white bitch with drawn on
Shut
eyebrows.
up.
I'm not fucking joking, dude.
No
And me
way.
and my dad, and we look at each other like, oh no, dude, what did we get ourselves into? God damn it. So she's standing there awkwardly. The guy goes and sits down in the corner of the bed. I don't even know why he was still there. He was like, I guess he was trying to be her pimp. Who knows? I never bought a hooker in my
Right.
life. Never had any kind of interaction with the hooker in my life. So
Yeah.
the hooker's standing there,
Mhm.
and she's this big old fat white bitch with drawn on eyebrows. And I'm not, and she's not Asian at all. She doesn't have a scent of Asian in her.
She's not even
Not a
that
scent.
cute.
She's not even cute. And
Not even
at
cute.
that, and I wasn't high enough to even dig deep into any of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm
right.
sitting there and I'm all like, oh God. And I'm just acting like I'm watching TV and, you know, I'm
Yeah.
just and then so it's all awkward silence. And she goes, what's up, boys? What are we doing tonight? And I'm like, and we're like, we mumbled like, oh, nothing much, just
Oh
chilling.
no.
And she's like, what do you guys? And she sits down on the bed, and the whole bed creaks as she sits down. The whole thing's about to break. So anyway, no, I'm exaggerating on that part. But anyway, so
Okay.
she goes, what are we doing tonight? What are you guys smoking? Some weed, some ice? And we're like, ice? Nobody calls it ice. We're not in Hawaii. This isn't Dog the Bounty Hunter. And
Right.
we were like, oh yeah, nothing. No, we're just chilling. We didn't even offer her any of the drugs or nothing. And so she sits down and she's like, you boys got something to drink? She goes to the fridge. The fridge is empty, bare as anything. There's not a goddamn thing in there.
Yeah.
And then so she sits down and she's like, she has some weed or whatever. And she's like, I'm like, here's a rolling paper. She was looking for rolling paper. I threw her a rolling paper.
Yeah.
And we're just like, we're trying to be polite, you know.
Yeah,
And then my dad goes, oh, my wife is gonna show up soon, so this is probably a bad idea. He just says that when he wants a girl to get the hell out of there, you know.
Yeah.
And she totally didn't even give a shit about that. She goes, oh, the back door. And I said, the back door. Because there's a back door to a patio at the motel room. She didn't even care about the wife story.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. Anyway, hold on a second. All right. So anyway.
Mhm.
Let me get back to my story.
I know. I love this.
Well, I got interrupted. Just hold on a second.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it wasn't any of you guys. It's I got to get my bearings back here.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And so then, as she's sitting there, and she's like rolling a joint or something, and she's like, "So do you guys want some sexual entertainment? A little slob on the knob?"
Oh
and I said, "Slob on the knob?
Slob
Jeez,
on the
Louise."
knob.
I guess you know, figure of speech, whatever, but bad visual from her, you know. Anyway, so. And then, so my dad, he whispers to the black guy, and he's real loud. He goes, she's not Asian. And she looks over, she's all offended or whatever. And so anyway, so blah, blah, blah. So where was that? So anyway, so she gets all mad and she goes, so she's like, you guys want some sexual entertainment? Let's hop on now, whatever. And my dad's like, oh, I don't know, my wife's coming. She said that again. And then it's all awkward silence. And then he looks over at me and he goes, Rick, what do you think? I'm like,
no.
Dude. I'm like, I said, I'm just watching TV right now, trying to lay low for I'm trying to lay low for the night, I said.
Yeah, for sure.
And so anyway, she gets up off the bed, she walks out, slams the door, very loud and disrespectful, by the way. And then so the guy's sitting there and he goes, oh, now she's probably crying in the lobby now. I don't know why you guys did that. And we're getting pissed at him. And well, my dad's more mad. He's like, dude, I ordered an Asian. This is not an Asian. And he goes, well,
Dude.
he goes, well, she's a little bit Asian.
Oh shoot.
Anyway, so he gets up, he goes, and that's the story. One of the stories down there. Okay, that's all I
Oh
needed to say. It's a
man.
hooker story. Hooker, fat hooker, wasn't an Asian. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, and then we see him again the next day, and he has another freaking hoe behind him walking through the lobby, and he wouldn't even. Yeah, he wouldn't even look at us. I guess
Oh,
that's a cardinal sin to order
yeah.
a hooker and then refuse service. I don't know
Yeah.
what the right what am I trying to think?
Ah,
I don't know what the laws of that go. I don't know how it goes with it.
I don't either.
Apparently if you order a girl, you take what you get. I never knew that.
Right.
And are you allowed to turn them down?
I don't know, honey. I've never done that before, but I guess.
Well, I'm thinking out loud, hypothetically.
Yeah. Hypothetically.
So anyway,
Okay.
hypothetically. And anyway, with any case, she was just not an Asian girl, and that's
And
just
she wasn't the one that you wanted. Yeah.
not that I wanted. I didn't want any of them because
But your dad he liked that one. Yeah.
Well, he didn't like that one. He ordered an Asian.
Shit.
Shit. Yeah, shit is right.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, dude, it's a crazy shit. It's a crazy story, and it's just a funny thing that happened. That's all. And no, I haven't been in the tunnels. Never been in the tunnels. And
I'm proud of you though. At least you were not in the tunnels. Like, good for you.
Yeah, I never been to the tunnels. Never would.
Yeah.
I'm above the tunnels. I'm too good for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well,
You're
what's
above
going on
the
here?
tunnels.
You've been to the tunnels?